All right, you guys, welcome to Thursday Night Team Adams training. I don't know if you've noticed, but I am not Jason. I have a little bit less facial hair, so that might have been the giveaway, or possibly the little bit higher of a voice. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, welcome to Team Adams training. I'm excited to see a lot of your faces because some of you I haven't seen in a long time. So hi, guys. But pretty much tonight, we just want to kind of go through some really basic types of things that we say, hey, go do this. And you're like, yay. And then you get by yourself with your phone or on your computer and you're like, now what am I supposed to do? So I would love to actually start with the very beginning. And how we love to lead ourselves in our business is to lead with our own health. And I happen to have this beautiful person over here. She happens to be on my Brady Bunch left that has had a really amazing time the last couple of weeks getting back into a good groove. So Miss Ama, I'm going to unmute you. Do you want to go ahead and just share with us what that's been like for you and for your business?
Hi guys, how are you all? Well, you know, before going to the Awaken conference, I have, and in fact, I did a thing on that about day one. And I think all of us have gone through that day one thing where, you know, every day you say, day one, this is my day. I'm going to start on program. I'm going to do all this stuff. Well, you know, I mean, as we all know, you know, life happens and things happen. And I never really got to where I wanted to be. So I had made this commitment that I was going to do this. So every day for like 4 months was day one. And then, you know, I made the commitment that I was going to do the work, which meant reading my life book, my therapy in a book. It meant doing all the basic things that I told all my clients to do for all this time, and I wasn't really doing it myself. So I made that commitment to myself, and I also said, okay, Ama, you just need to get through day one, finish a day one. And I did. And that was fabulous because I was finally able to say, I did day one. So now I'm on to day two. So every day got a little bit better. And it was just, you know, I guess there's a switch in your head that happens. I don't know how to tell you what that switch is. We all have a switch. Eventually we just say, you know what, I'm really sick and tired of being sick and tired of being this way, and I'm going to really make a change. But it really also means just doing the work, doing the homework. And what pushed me over, what was awesome that I realized, you know what, I'm really serious about this, yay, is the fact that we went to Arizona for this conference. I'd made that commitment. And, you know, Robert's favorite restaurant in the world is Pappadeaux. You know, I don't know if you people know Pappadeaux, but you don't want to know Pappadeaux, but anyway, the best New Orleans food around. So he wanted to go, but he's like, I don't want to tempt you. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to plan. Wow, plan. And I looked at the online at the menu, and I said, okay, before we get there, I better know exactly what I'm going to have, because then I'll have everything in sight. So I planned it out, and we got there, and I had a fabulous meal with what I had selected. He had his wonderful dirty rice and shrimp and all that stuff, and I stuck the course. I was like, fine, don't bring bread, don't bring drinks, don't bring nothing, just give me this stuff. So I did it. And then of course Awaken, if anybody can go to any conference, was just the best thing since sliced bread. When, you know, I recommitted my business as well, which was easier because I had committed to my health. And, you know, being able to wake up one morning Sundays ago, and I started doing like crazy stuff. I was crazy stuff, cleaning. I kept cleaning. I was moving stuff around. I was running around like a Yahoo. And I finally said, what is wrong with me? Am I on speed or what? And I realized, oh, this is fat burn. Oh my God, I forgot what that felt like. I was like, this is totally amazing. Wow, no wonder people are just loving this stuff. No wonder I love this stuff. So it's put me in the best frame of mind to be able to really do my business the way I want to do my business. So that's what I'm doing now. So I have my little thing that my hubby built for me that I can keep track. What?
I have to tell one thing. I did not suggest Papa Dough. She actually said, "Oh, isn't there Papa Dough near there?" And I said, "I don't want to tempt you." But she did behave.
I did behave. I did the right thing. So I built things that will work for me in terms of my business, to keep track of my growth or what I'm trying to do. So again, find what works for you. Writing my weight down instead of keeping it on an app worked for me. I mean, there are a whole bunch of different things that you can put in place to help you achieve where you want to go. The most important thing is don't give up on your day one. Day one will eventually end and you will get to day two. So, and on to day three, because every day is a little bit easier. And now it's fine for me to say, okay, time out. No, I'm not going to go down that path because I'm choosing not to. So I am so thrilled and 7 pounds down. Yay, Amma.
It's a big freaking deal. And I love how, you get into fat burn and you remember what it's like to be that client. And you remember how much you love that. And what's really great for you is, of course, you have your business coach. So I know that you're signing up brand new clients. You're starting fresh conversations with people from a place of love and happiness. You signed up a brand new coach who's on freaking fire with her share calls right now. And you're showing up in a whole different way. So when you have your health in the forefront, holy crap, it changes what your business does too, doesn't it? So awesome. Thank you so freaking much, girlfriend. And congratulations. Round of applause for you. Awesome. Freaking awesome. So we start by getting our business into fat burn, by getting ourselves into fat burn if we're not there. And yeah, we're all human. And yeah, we sometimes have, I'm going to start Monday. I'm going to start Monday. I'm going to start Monday. It kind of helps us relate to our clientele. But then once you do get yourself into a good fat burn and you actually start doing the things from your heart and doing the work, we kind of get into, okay, what am I supposed to do next? Which is, okay, we post on Facebook and then we reach out to people and start conversations. So Miss Shelley has really been doing some pretty hardcore time and effort into branding herself as a health coach on Facebook. And I noticed a while ago, I was like, girl, how are you doing? My dog is going to be real loud for a second. How can you and how do you decide what is it that I'm going to put on Facebook today? And then once you've made that decision, how are you crafting that new Facebook stories that everybody's kind of going to? So Miss Shelley, take
it. So for me, I really wanted to start concentrating on my Facebook stories because it's been talked about a lot within the Valentine organization. So, I mean, what do we do as clients? We seek out mentorship, right? As coaches, we seek out mentorship. So I'm a researcher by nature, if you can't tell, because I talk a lot. But I started really researching people who have what I desire. And those people are posting a lot on their stories. So I started really getting myself involved in, okay, what are they posting? How are they posting it? What is their theme behind everything? Started following a bunch of people on Instagram. So first and foremost, whatever you are good at, stick with that. I love that Carol Hipp said, if you chase 2 rabbits, you're not going to catch any. But I started concentrating on the fact that I can use Instagram because it goes directly to Facebook. So you're really kind of like, shooting 2 birds with one stone, because everything can just transfer automatically. But what I really, really like about Instagram stories is the fact that you can add all kinds of cool things to it. So you can add all kinds of cool clip art, moving pictures, music, words, whatever the case may be. And I love the fact too that I have really recently been like kind of delving into telling a story through my stories. So if anybody uses Instagram and you want to go to your stories, I was going to look up this word really quick. When you get onto your Facebook stories, I just want to find the word, I'm sorry. I should look this up really quick. You go to the hands-free option if you're looking to do like videos like I do. So if anybody goes to my Facebook page, they want to check out some of my stories that I did today. I have a couple where I'll tell a little bit of a story and then I'll post a picture and then I'll tell a little bit more about the story and I'll post another picture. And it really involves people in what it is that I'm trying to talk about. So not only are they hearing my voice, they're seeing my face, but they're also seeing what I'm trying to portray to them. So that's gotten really popular with me with getting feedback. But I've also been really trying to use a lot of polls, even if it's, you know, would you like this recipe? Yes or no? And if they say yes, then I can send them that recipe, which is cool because I'm getting those answers through Instagram and I'm getting those answers through Facebook. And that's a fantastic way to start conversations with people. So don't be afraid to, you know, when you're using it, you promote that interaction with people, use the questions options, put up polls, even if it's a silly poll. I've put up some really stinking stupid stuff, but I get the most feedback by the stuff that isn't even health related because I'm not just centering it on health. I'm actually branding myself as the person that I am. So whether it's tonight when I talked about, sorry, Kate, tanning in a tanning bed, using Saint Tropez, you know, cream, and using sunscreen. I did promote sunscreen, you know, or whether you're talking about, you know, the amazing turkey tacos that I had for dinner and asking at the end if somebody would like the recipe. I'm really broadening my horizon of the type of people that I'm touching because I'm not just focusing on health so that people are toning me out. I'm bringing them into my life so that they can see what I have going on. You know, so I'm just looking for those interactions. I'm looking at creating content that makes people want to come back over and over and over and view my stories, whether they're looking at my stories on Instagram or whether they're looking at my stories on Facebook. It's pretty cool when you get to see the people that are stalking your page because Dan Valentine's been following my stories on Instagram. So it's kind of interesting to see that, you know, some people like that are interested. And I've seen Kate stalking me too, so. And the cool thing is that you get to see who's looking at your stories. So that opens up even more conversations that you can start with people. So you can get in there and say, you know, thank you so much for watching my story, or what did you find interesting about that recipe? Or would you like a copy of the recipe of the, you know, the cauliflower crust that I did? You know, eventually you're going to post something that is going to make somebody reach out to you in one form or fashion. So, you know, really it's just how we're looking to make those connections with people and building that authentic relationship that we're always trying to do, that trust factor, because we don't want to be one of those people like I had private messaging me yesterday that said, hey, name in parentheses, and didn't even say my name. And then I had somebody message me last night and said, hey, Linda. Like, okay, copy paste. I'm really trying to build authentic relationships with people on so many different levels, not just health, whether it be a recipe, sharing my Saint Tropez cream, you know, whatever the case may be. I just want to engage in some authentic conversations because at the end of the day, it is about that authenticity, the connection, the building a trusting relationship. Even if it's like, what color is your dog? I don't care what it is, guys. Just draw people in and be interesting. Because people aren't going to be interested until you're interesting enough to them.
Awesome. So let me just ask you a couple quick questions. And I definitely do want to make sure if anybody does have questions that we actually have time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So when you were in Instagram, for those of us that are a little bit behind the ball on this technology thing,
Yep.
How did you teach yourself how to get into that, and how difficult was that? Like, what kind of steps did you take?
I've always had an Instagram account that's always just kind of laid dormant. I've touched it once in a while. But like I said, when I really wanted to get into it, I just started stalking people who have what I want in this business, right? So like Ray Lloyd, I started following her and I started in the beginning kind of copying the things that she did with my own twist and my own words. But then I started to be like, okay, well, how is she doing this? How is she doing these cool stories? And how is she, and then just fiddling with it until I just figured it out. You know, the same with Carol. I follow Carol. I follow Tiffany. I follow a lot of people, and I don't necessarily take stuff from all of them. But at the same time, you know, I'm looking at the cool things that they're doing and figuring out how I can turn it into what's going to work for me and what I can say with my voice. So that's, you know, that's really where, you know, like I said, finding that mentorship and making those connections that way, and just finding those people that are doing the things that I want. I even have other people. I follow people that have had gastric bypass, have had skin removal surgeries, have, you know, these people are inspirational and they're talking about some pretty cool things. And I'm just finding my own voice through some of the things that they're talking about. So, you know, just don't be afraid to get out there and follow some people that are interesting to you, and maybe see if, you know, what they're talking about might be something that you're interested in talking about as well.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. So most certainly I have a hard time getting into Instagram because I haven't sat down and taught myself, but Facebook stories is starting to mimic a lot of the things that are happening over in Insta world.
Mhm.
And so no matter what platform you are using, with Insta, you can actually now put it directly to your Facebook. So you are killing two birds with one stone. You're reaching both demographics there. But for those of you, if you are a little bit intimidated by using both platforms, Facebook still is the most socially recognizable, most used, most users on a daily basis thing. So don't think you have to do both. It's just Shelly has figured out how to kill the two birds. And then, like she said, she did the research on her own just by following the people who have done it before her. So you don't have to necessarily be taught by someone. You can be like, ooh, I really like what they did. Fiddle around with it. Send it to your friends. Send it to your mentorship team. Be like, what is this weirdness? Screenshot it. Have a little fun with it. Does anybody have a quick question for Shelly? Or has anybody even looked at what she's been doing recently? Because yes, I have been stalking. I was like, ooh, hence why I asked you to share this. Anyone? Anyone? All right, so if you guys have any questions for her, write them down. We'll definitely get to them at the end. So thank you so much, Shelly. That was absolutely fantastic. So now I am going to ask Heather to come on. Heather has a knack for just connecting with people and really just being wholehearted straight up from the get-go. And so we have invited her to talk tonight about how do you start a conversation with these people that start to interact with you with the posts that you're making. So Miss Heather, would you mind sharing your fabulous information?
I would. I'm hoping that my internet is good enough for this. Can you hear me? Okay.
Good to go.
Someday we'll have fiber. I'll be better at this. So I do want to back up one step and ask, because I'm sure some of you are wondering, where do I get people? So how do I get a list of people to talk to? That's where I was stuck at the beginning. I was like, well, I have Facebook, but I don't know who to talk to, and how do I figure out who to message first? Magically enough, there's trainings for those things, those Monday night trainings. I believe I was sitting on it one night. I know, right? They teach us all this. And if you go on the Valentine page and search in the little hourglass friends list, I believe Dan does a whole thing on how to print your Facebook friends list. And Tammy will laugh at me. It looks just like this. I literally take this everywhere with me. It goes in my backpack with me when I work at my business. It goes with me if I go to school and work sub for the day, if I have a lunch hour, whenever I have a Pomodoro of time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. This is my list of people. So that's how you're gonna find your list. It tells you how to print it, tells you how to organize it, how to customize it if you are one of those people that needs it in alphabetical order. I am not, I just printed it. So the nice thing about it is it's on paper. You can write on it. I put the date on it. I literally started from the beginning, and I've been working on this list for, I don't know, I'd have to look, months. But what do we say to those people? I'm gonna go back to Dan again. You just tell them hi. Don't make it weird. Just start a conversation. Sometimes I'll scroll a little bit through their Facebook and just see what they've been doing. I had a lady today that, I'll be honest, I haven't talked to her in years, not even sure. She's in Disney right now. So I asked her what her favorite part was. You just ask something about what they're doing or how their kids are. If you haven't seen them in a while, I will say, oh my gosh, your kids are getting so big. How are they? So just start a relationship again with them. Be genuine. Just be you. Those kinds of things. Sorry, I wrote notes because I would get on here and freeze otherwise. Some of the other ways that I've learned to start conversations and that has helped me a lot. Happy birthdays. I absolutely positively every single day on my Facebook go to, it'll tell you in your little feed sometime during the day whose birthday it is. I always tell everybody happy birthday, some sort of little message and some goofy birthday picture. Everyone almost always tells me thank you, and I try to start a conversation through that. So that's an easy way. You don't even have to think of something to say. You just don't, it actually populates in their happy birthday for you. You click on it. Thanking your likes. That is something that's super easy as well. If people are liking your post, thank them. Thank them for liking my post, and ask a question. There's a really easy, I believe, Drew or Corey, somebody maybe can quote me on that one, posted in the Valentine page on wordings for that too. I literally typed them all up. I have them in my binder, and that's what I go back to if I don't know what to say. If you post about yourself, which we all should be doing once a week or so, whether it's your transformation, whether it's non-scale victory, something about yourself, go back and thank those people. You know, thanks for supporting me. Thanks for supporting my transformation. It means so much to me. I actually, for the first time, guilty, thanked those people this week, 108 of them, and asked them, you know, thank you all this time you've been supporting me, but you know, if you have anybody else that needs some help with, I love referrals. I love to help your friends and family. It was something easy. So you just have to think outside of the box, use your mentorship team if you have questions on any of these things. There is tons of ideas in the Valentine page. I use it a lot. I search for things, watch the little snippets of trainings that we have, and then you have to set yourself a daily goal. That's one of the most important things. The 3x3 is probably a good place to start, but depending on what you want for yourself, you may need to do more. And again, that's something you need to talk to your mentorship team about. So, and, you know, I myself choose to do more a day because I want more. But, and if you don't make it your 10 conversations a day or 3 or 5, whatever it is, you make it up the next day. So life is busy, and sometimes we have children who have influenza or dogs who get in the way or whatever. So I think that's pretty much all I have. So is that what you were looking for, Kate?
Awesome. Girl, that's exactly what I was looking for. So pretty much what I get from what you're telling me is like, you get into trainings, you utilize the coach page for what you need, you utilize your mentorship team, and you just say hi.
Yeah, that's it. The easy as that. 1, 2,
Okay.
3, I think 4.
See? Bada bing, bada boom. That was absolutely fantastic.
And paper and pen. That's it.
And a paper and pen. So something that I love how you said, going back into, and we talk about it all the time on trainings, is go back and thank the likes. And what's really, really crazy is sometimes we do have the kids with the influenza and the dogs with the whatever they've got going on, and the life starts to happen, and we forget to get to those people. But Facebook has this wonderful thing where like you scroll through your own wall for as long as you want to, and you can go back to any of those posts that have lots of traction that you haven't even seen in 3 months, and you can start a conversation with somebody that liked something from 3 months ago, and it's not weird. It's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for liking my post about whatever back in November. My life has just been so crazy since then because, you know, the influenza, whatever it is. And just say hi. How have you been? What's new with you? And just start that relationship. And the best thing about having your health in focus, I'm going to point to the people on my Brady Bunch, really becoming somebody that people like to follow because you are positive and you're actually giving them some value in their life. And then you become their friend. The whole point of social media is to be social. It's not to get you. And so if you have the idea that you are going to get someone, knock it off, because you're never going to get them because they don't want to be had. But if you come out of a place of love where you're like, this is my life, this is what I lead, just live it out loud. And whomever is looking for that is going to come to you. And whomever's thinking about it is watching the crap out of you. And whoever hasn't thought about it yet is going to think of you when they do. And that's just how it works. So that is pretty much what we wanted to talk about on training tonight. So I am going to go ahead and stop the recording. If you did not get on live, sorry, y'all. We're going to have a little quick after party with any questions, unless there's a really good question that needs to be recorded. Anyone? Going once? Going twice? All right, so we're going to stop the recording. Everybody have a wonderful recording. Bye.